inputting into the system to pause, and let's have a conversation for a couple of minutes. So you're here because you've access to the best mortgage in America. Factually, the best mortgage in America. So we are licensed in all 50 states, so everybody has access to a mortgage that is no down payment, no closing costs, no fees, no mortgage insurance, at a below market fixed rate. Today's rate is 5.625 for a 30-year fixed, 5.125 for a 20-year fixed, and 4.875 for a 15-year fixed. Everybody gets that. And you can buy down your interest rate. And we never look at your credit score, because those three numbers do not define you. We look at the payments that you control. For example, late medical bills are not a reflection of whether you're ready for home ownership, just means we have a dysfunctional, unaffordable healthcare system. So that means, so the bottom line is that if you stick with this program, you will have the opportunity to purchase a house on the best terms in America. We got you. But as good as it sounds, it's even better, because we are the largest HUD certified counseling agency in the country. And we are thrilled to have the head of HUD's housing counseling here, David Barabound. And so because he has approved all the NACA counselors as HUD certified counselors, your counselor will see you through the whole process, from the workshop to the one-on-one counseling, to being NACA qualified, to when you find your home, in the mortgage process, through the closing. Your counselor will see you through that whole process. And then once you close, then a NACA advocate will be your person to address any issues in the future. So it sounds too good to be true. But what's the outcome? We've done over 75,000 mortgages, and we have a foreclosure rate of 0.00012. About 100%. And 90% of our homeowners are people of color. We're open to everybody. So the word is out there that for affordable home ownership, you and others will tell your family, friends, co-workers, neighbors, for affordable home ownership, you come to NACA. And we will get you through the process. You control this process. So as long as you input your information and upload your documents, you do what your counselors tell you to do, you will be a homeowner on the best terms in America. But it's even better than that. It's even better than that. Because yes, we have the counselors, but you're going to hear from Stephen Nesbitt, who's head of the Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority, where you can use your Section 8 housing choice voucher, or as a public housing resident, use that for your mortgage payment, so you can generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in wealth. Instead of generating it for those landlords, you know, those evil landlords out there, you know. Some of them are, most of them are evil, there are a few good ones. So you can use that, instead of generating wealth for the already wealthy, you can generate wealth for yourself. And we have here the head of the Richmond City Council, Cynthia Newbill, who you'll be hearing from, because they're working on generating more housing in Richmond. Yes, you can buy anywhere, but they're really stepping up in Richmond to really have more affordable home ownership. And we are at Virginia Union University. Out of all the HBCUs out there, Dr. Lucas has taken the lead, not just to provide the opportunity for us to be here, but to set the standard for HBCUs achieving affordable home ownership. So we're reaching out with Dr. Lucas to over 6,000 Virginia Union alumni to say, because you participated at VUU, you can be a homeowner regardless of where you live. So we're thrilled to have his partnership. And please, let's give a round of give hand to Virginia Union and Dr. Lucas for providing this wonderful space for him to, for us to be here. Last thing before I, turn it over. Look, we're here today till 10 o'clock at night, tomorrow from 8 to 10, Sunday to 8 to 10. I know counselors, the counselors are used to this, right? So, so thank them as you're going through the process, because they do an outstanding job and they're committed to seeing everybody through. Because this is a 4-step process. Step 1, which you've already done, is the workshop. Great job, congratulations. Step 2, you'll input your information and upload your documents. Step 3 is you'll meet one-on-one with a NACA counselor, either face-to-face or our 200 counselors around the country. And step 4, you'll meet with a NACA mortgage specialist to say you'll be NACA qualified today or your next steps, basically pre-approval. So we got this. So that means you can't leave. You got to stay here. We go through the whole process.
I didn't finish that one.
I'm not going to talk about the Squid Games. Remember the Squid Games? You can't leave and all that. I'm not going to talk about that. So with that, let me introduce Stephen Nesmith. How many people here have a Section 8 housing choice voucher? Nice. That's a big deal. So that means that your payment standard that goes to the landlord will now go to your mortgage payment, and you'll be able to generate massive amounts of wealth, over $200,000. Stephen?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm going to try that again. This is a big day.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That sounds like we in church now. That's what I like to hear. Although we're at Virginia Union University. This is a big, big day. In fact, this is a historical day, and I'll get to that in a moment. I am very proud that the Board of Commissioners at RRHA have empowered me to enter into a partnership with NACA and Bruce Marks and his leadership. He's bringing the leadership that he's been doing around the country to Richmond. So let's give Bruce Marks, CEO of NACA, a round of applause. But why is this a big day? Because we are the first. The Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority has entered into an agreement. It's not just for voucher holders. We're opening this opportunity for all public housing residents, the first of its kind in any public housing authority in the United States of America. What do you say to that? Woo! It's a big deal, and
Yes.
this is a big deal for the city, but this is a big deal, as I said, for public housing residents to reach the dream. And guess what? Today we're making a declaration that we're transforming public housing forever in the city of Richmond, so that we give our public housing an opportunity to independency, to get to self-sufficiency, and to where God wanted us to be. Yeah. And that is a place on the pathway to home ownership and to some wealth. Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
I want to bring up now on behalf of the president, I want to introduce one of our important partners in this journey. And his name is Victor Branch. He's one of my partners in this, and without him, I don't know what we would do sometime. But first, I want to bring up Commissioner Lewis. He's on our board of commissioners, and he's going to say thank you on behalf of President Hakeem. Commissioner Lewis, can you come up? He's welcoming everyone on behalf of President of VUU, Hakeem.
Good morning. Good morning. As Stephen said, my name is Gregory Lewis. I'm the Vice President for Business Affairs, CFO at the university, and also very proudly a board member of RRHA. Dr. Lucas, not able to be here this morning. He has actually been a little bit delayed, he's out of town, plane is late. So first of all, he asked me to welcome you here. And so on behalf of the university, on behalf of Dr. Lucas, welcome. We have a saying that we say to all of our students when they first enter these grounds, these hollow old walls, that we're going to change your lives. That's what we do at Virginia Union University. And I think it's only so fitting that when you look at the mission of RRHA, and when you look at the mission of what we're doing here, transforming lives, there's no better place for you to be, to have this conference, to have this here at Virginia Union University. One last comment I want to make. This is not the first time Naca has been here. And there's been a number of individuals that work at Virginia Union University that has gotten houses through Naca. Thank you for being here. We welcome you.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'd like to, on behalf of the Board of Commissioners of the Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority, I'd like for our Vice Chair, Commissioner Charlene Pitcher, to come up and say a few words on behalf of our board.
Good evening to everyone. Good evening to our distinguished panel, to our council, our CEO, and to all, especially her, and to all of you all. I would like to say on behalf of the commissioners, my name is Charlene Ara Pitchford, and it is an honor to be here. It's an honor to stand here as a former student. I did not graduate from here, but as a former student, it is truly an amazing day for me to see you all. And before I'm not going to be before you long, I want you all to pat yourselves on your back, Naca counselors, for being here. Just pat yourself on the back. Next, I want the ones that are participating to pat yourself on the back, because
Yes.
we are on the move.
Yes, we are.
I would like to, as we, give me a moment.
Yeah, I'm ready to upload my picture.
I am pleased not only to represent the Richmond RRHA Board of Commissioners, but I'm also a public housing resident in the city of Richmond, Virginia. And as a public housing resident, it means a lot to have a home. A home defines you in many ways. And to have such a national organization such as Naca to be here today to help us in that journey and to help the housing choice voucher participants be in that program. It is an honor And I want you all to cherish this day because it is a reason that you're here. Do everything that you can. Follow all of the instructions. Don't get frustrated along the way. Be patient. As you talk to your counselor, remember what your purpose is and why. You're starting a legacy for your family and for those to come behind. So let that legacy be a positive legacy. And it's not so much of the struggle, it is the outcome. So just do everything you can to gain your home housing because you are the future. And I want to leave this word with you. To God be the glory for all that he has done. Because when I think about the goodness of God and everything that he's done today, I can only say, thank you, Lord, and thank you, Naca.
So if I can have on the stage Victor Branch, who is with Bank of America, and your city council, who is president of the city council, Cynthia Newbill, come on up. Victor, and then I want to invite Calvin Liscombe, who is everybody? So what guy's going to speak? Because this is part of the partnership, okay? This is part of the partnership. So one of the things that I want to be clear on is there's a lot of cuts going on. There's a lot of chaos that's going on with the Trump administration. But NACA has developed a program where we are not dependent upon what happens within the federal government. Yes, it's important to all of us what goes on, and we've got to keep these programs going. But I want to assure everybody here and everybody who is listening to this that we're not dependent upon that money or what they do. We're going to stick with you and continue to build this program and work with you for as long as it takes for you to be a homeowner. So we got you on that. So do not be concerned about that. So just a couple minutes more because I think it's really important. Bank of America, Victor Branch, who represents Bank of America, NACA has over $20 billion committed to this Best in America mortgage. $15 billion from Bank of America. Wow. $15 billion. Wow. And so that's really crucial because we worked with them starting from Hugh McCall back in the 1990s to get this program, and he was president and the CEO of Bank of America, and that partnership has continued through the current CEO and our partner Brian Moynihan at Bank of America. So we certainly appreciate it. And obviously, and you're going to hear from Cynthia Newbill, who is president of the City Council in Richmond, because that's crucial. Her role is crucial to provide affordable home ownership as well. But before they do speak, it sounds too good to be true. So let you hear from a Richmond NACA homeowner, my friend.
What's up, City? Hey, my name is Calvin. I recently went through the NACA program, and I'm proud to say I'm a homeowner. My wonderful family. I found out about NACA. Like, I had experienced bankruptcy, and so I'm getting a lot of no's from traditional lenders, and so I was like, look, Lord, we got to figure out something because I want a place for my family to grow up. And I found NACA, and Went to the 2.5-hour workshop. It was like, am I really gonna do this? It sounds like so long. I've been just getting no's and after no's, and it was like, do I really want to invest this time to do it? But I said, let's give it a shot. So I went there. The workshop was great. It was good information about the history of the program. Then they connected me with my counselor, Shanice. And I'll tell y'all, the process is not easy. It's long and it'll test you, but the end result is what it's all about. Like being able to say that I'm a homeowner after all the things that me and my family kind of experienced is an amazing feeling. I work with one of the in-house realtors, Carl Reed. He's somewhere around here. So shout out to Carl, he was amazing. Him and his wife helped us find the home that we're currently in right now. And I mean, just any advice that I would give, I would say that just be prepared to like have all your documents, have all your stuff in a row, and just also remember that your counselor has your best interest in mind. Like, I know it could seem like y'all are on the other end of the spectrum sometimes, but at the end of the day, they just want what's best for you. They want you to be in a home that you can afford, that you're gonna love, and just so work with them, be prepared to get all your stuff in, and if you stay on top of what you have to do, they will stay on top of what they have to do, and the process will go as smooth as possible. We were able to close on, I think it was October 17th. We didn't have any delays in our closing. We were able to close on time, and I love the home that we're currently in. So y'all stay encouraged, definitely go through this process. I promise you, it's definitely worth it. We were able to buy down our rate because I wasn't really aware of the no closing cost stuff. So we would use some of the money that we had saved up to buy down our rate. So it's even cheaper now. So it's an amazing process. Oh man, I think my rating was 4.1, around 4.1%, something like that. So yeah, it's been an amazing experience. I definitely wouldn't change anything, wouldn't trade anything for the world. So good luck to y'all. I hope y'all go through this process.
Thank you.
Now we want to hear from the President of City Council, President Newbill.
Hello, everyone. Oh, come on. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's a great day in the city of Richmond, is it not? Yes. Yes, it is. This is, let me go back. I am first honored to serve as the president of the Richmond City Council, and I bring you greetings on behalf of all members of City Council. Today, I cannot tell you how elated I am to be standing here to talk about this public-private partnership that is bringing resources to our city, to increase home ownership. And especially as a young person who grew up in Whitcomb Court, whose family moved there, if this program had been available, my family would have been able to move out a lot sooner than they were able to, because this resource provides the kinds of things that are challenges. Down payment assistance, yeah? I can't hear you. Yeah, a few things like that. Closing costs. Right. What else? Your credit report, is it held against you? No. And I won't go through all the items, but this is unprecedented. And to have the resources available to make it a reality for Richmonders, for our residents of our public housing communities in general, for holders of our Section 8 vouchers, and not just one-offs. You begin the conversation, and Mark talked about the 4 steps, and having someone who walks with you from beginning to middle and after and thereafter. So it's not just an end. You know, you get a house and stuff happens, right? The roof starts leaking. That's anticipated, those kinds of things, and having those supports to be able to make sure you and your family can enjoy the kind of housing that we want, not some, but all of our families to have the opportunity to enjoy. And so I just want to say thank you, Naca, and I especially want to thank our partner here in the city of Richmond, Richmond Redevelopment and Housing Authority, who is headed by Mr. Stephen Nesmith, just in case people had. And I cannot thank our corporate partner enough. Mr. Victor Branch with Bank of America, thank you. I can't thank the volunteers enough, the board members who worked and supported this effort to make sure that Richmonders and families in our public housing community have this kind of opportunity. So I know I'm being a little long-winded, but I am excited for us.
Me too.
I am excited for us. And we can, and they say what a difference a day makes. We got this, right? I can't hear you.
So before we, turn it over to Victor Branch with Bank of America, if I can have the president of, the Richmond City Council, Cynthia Newville. So I'm going to put you on the spot. One of the things, so we really appreciate her being here and to represent the City Council. But NACA is always pushing to do even more. So yes, it's really important that we do the Section 8 housing choice voucher and the public housing residents. But what we're going to work with, and I don't mean to set you up so you don't need a response, but in Newark, in other cities around the country, we have what's called the $1 program. The $1 program. So instead of the city or county selling properties to developers who will increase the cost by tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, the $1 program is when they sell that property, either a vacant house that needs to be renovated, or a vacant lot for new construction, where NACA would provide the financing, sell it to you for $1. To $1. And that eliminates the developer fees and streamlines that process. So I apologize for not, saying that.
No need to apologize. The city of Richmond has already declared that we are in need of housing, quality, affordable, accessible housing. That's already the case. And we are working with a variety of entities. The Maggie Walker Land Trust, where we make properties available so that low-cost housing can be constructed. We have an affordable housing trust fund that we've established to assist with having more housing come on board. We have performance grants to work with developers. And so you're not putting me on the spot. We're inviting and looking forward to the partnership. We want everybody out here who wants to have the opportunity to be a homeowner to be able to do just that. And the city is working and looking at strategies to make that a real opportunity. Also working with our public housing community to transform our public housing communities into mixed income and opportunities for residents without displacement in that whole process. And so thank you for the invitation.
Well, I was outdone. So we want to make sure with the partnership we have here, and we're going to wrap it up in a second, is that we want to have Richmond as a standard for the country for affordable home ownership that stabilizes neighborhood. Because remember, who's the most effective crime fighter? A homeowner. A homeowner protects their home and their communities. So that's how we stabilize neighborhoods. We rebuild neighborhoods without gentrifying neighborhoods. So last but not least, Bank of America. And I gotta say, this wouldn't have been successful without Bank of America. They've stepped up to do a mortgage that is character-based mortgage. Character-based, what does that mean? That means that we look at your individual circumstances and we determine whether you're ready for home ownership based on the payments that you control and a mortgage that you can afford using your rent as the basis. So Bank of America is the only entity in this country, the only one who is doing character-based lending, understanding the realities that people go through. So with that, let me introduce Victor Branch.
Bruce, thank you. Again, my name is Victor Branch, and I have the privilege to serve as the Richmond Region President, where there are over 2,000 Bank of America teammates who call this home, and many who live in the city and who are homeowners. And we want to say congratulations to you for going through this process and for becoming future homeowners. And Ms. Benjamin, when you made your remarks, it just grounded us as to why we are doing this. So we appreciate the partnership with Naca and the fact that we're able to be there to help them put the finances into place so that you then can become a homeowner. But we also appreciate the partnership with Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority and what they're doing here in the city, in the region, to get more home ownership. And we could not do this also without the city and the great leadership of the mayor and the city council and Councilwoman Newfield. This is the way it should work. Public-private partnerships that bring all of us to the opportunity to be homeowners, which is the way to gain wealth in this country. And so we want all of you to become homeowners, and selfishly, we want all of you to become Bank of America mortgage homeowners, even though we know you can't all be there, but we would love that. But thank you for this partnership, thank you for this opportunity. Richmond is on the map, and I tell my teammates across the country all the time that this is God's country, and we've got the leaders here and the residents to prove that every day. So thank you, Bruce, for being here. We're looking forward to a successful weekend. Thank you, Stephen S. Smith, for this opportunity, and Councilwoman Newfield. Appreciate you all.
Okay, everybody. So look, everybody that can hear, whether you're in the room, back, you control this process. You control this process. You stick with NACA, you have an opportunity to be a homeowner. So this could be a very quick process, or it can take as much time as you need. We're going to be here for as long as you need us, as long as it takes. So everybody, congratulations for being here. Let's get it done, everybody. Thank you.
And let's again thank Bruce and Naca and all of the partners. So we're ready? Yes. Yes. Thank you.
I should have uploaded my documents.